Hey, I'm MattyAP, and this is my daily tweet. Hey guys, welcome to the Daily Tweet, the show where we look at the hottest trending moments on Twitter and around the web. We choose 3 stories to talk about each day, and at the end of the episode, choose one of those stories to tweet about. But before I get stuck into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot. Appreciate it. Let's get stuck into it. And for the first story of the day is actually a real fresh one. Not only, of course, did Nintendo do the Pokemon Direct last night. It was a live stream giving off a whole bunch of news about Pokemon games. We'll get to that at the end of the episode. But some news has dropped from the official Pokemon Twitter account right before I started recording. So that actually bumped a much less enticing story out of the show and put this one in its place. But a new Pokemon movie's been announced, and it looks pretty damn cool. I'm actually really liking the vibe of it. Now, according to Cerebi on Twitter, the movie trailer aired today in Japan on Oha Suta, which is a children's TV show that airs weekday mornings in Japan. Apparently, the movie's going to be called Pokemon Coco. Don't get mistaken with the popular Disney film Coco. The trailer, which does have very strong Tarzan vibes, has a date at the end of 7/10. Now, dates, depending on where you're from, can be kind of, you know, our dates are around the wrong way to what the US have. So I'm not sure how they do it in Japan, but I'm going to go on a limb and say this is October 7th. So that seems kind of right. But also finally, Cerebi shared on their Twitter the first poster from the movie, which doesn't really look like a movie poster. It looks more just art from the movie. It doesn't have any text or anything, but it looks pretty cool. But anyway, let me know in the comments below if you're excited. And for our second story of the day, a not so happy one. EB Games, which is essentially, I guess you guys in America, Americans, I'm not sure around the world, but America have GameStop. This is essentially the Australian version. I believe it's owned by GameStop. But much like in America, how some GameStop stores have been shutting down, we're finally getting that here. 20 or so EB Games stores are set to shut down within the next month, I believe. Now, look, this story was broken by Kotaku. I believe they got the inside scoop from an employee of EB Games who got the message. Kotaku reached out to EB Games officially. EB Games has gone back, and they said this: like all businesses, we are constantly evaluating our property portfolio to ensure that our stores mix is in line with the ever-changing retail landscape. After careful consideration, we'll be closing 19 unprofitable stores at the end of January. Where possible, staff were offered the opportunity to work in surrounding stores. In exciting news, 2020 will see EB Games continue to open more large format stores that combine the power of both the EB Games and Zing pop culture. These hybrid stores combined with our strong omni-channel offering, 6 million loyalty members and 300 plus locations across Australia, will see EB Games continue to be one of Australia's largest specialty retailers. With so many stores around Australia, it's not surprising that a few of them probably won't hit home in certain areas. So this might just be kind of par the course, but at the same time, it kind of does fit in line with the whole digital versus physical things. But of course, I'll keep you guys in the loop if there's any more news on this topic. And for our third and final story of the day, of course, the one you've all been waiting for, Nintendo's live Pokemon Direct happened last night, showcasing a few things we didn't expect. They started out with an announcement for a remake of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX for the Switch, which originally released back in 2006 for the Game Boy Advance and DS. Now, they've given the game a whole brand new look of art style and visuals, and it looks great. It looks really good. I never played the original Mystery Dungeon games, but this game actually looks kind of cool. But it is set to release on March 6th, so not far away. Very exciting. But also, if you're excited for this game, you can actually play a demo of it right now. I believe it's on the Nintendo eShop. It went live straight after the Direct, so you can give that a bit of a go right now. But also, any time you put into the game can be transferred to the full game when it releases, so it won't be in vain. But that wasn't the main feature of the Pokemon Direct last night. The main feature was in a Pokemon First. They're releasing DLC for the mainline Pokemon RPG series. Of course, Sword and Shield that just released late last year on the Nintendo Switch. Now, there's going to be 2 DLCs releasing this year. One's called the Isle of Armor, and one's called the Crown Tundra, and they both look pretty dope. Each DLC is going to have its own new area to explore with some extra story beats, along with some new areas you can expect a heap of new and old Pokemon to catch, including some new legendaries, and a whole bunch of new drip to keep your character looking fresh. Now, since last night's Direct, they have actually released an update to the existing Pokemon Sword and Shield games that give a little taste of what's to come in the new DLCs. Now, I believe if you go to Wedgehurst Station after the update, there will be the new characters. What are their goddamn names? Clara and Avery are waiting for you, depending on which version you have Sword or Shield. But you'll get to meet them. They're the two new characters that will kind of be in the story beats of each DLC. But you can also catch a Galarian Slowpoke. Not yet able to be evolved, but there'll be items in the DLC which will let you evolve this Galarian Slowpoke to either Slowking or Slowbro, I believe. So that's exciting, something to look forward to. Now, the Isla Armor will be the first to release in June 2020, followed by a fall release for the Crown Tundra. But I feel like there was a little bit of confusion with the Direct and the price points and the DLCs, just because I could see the chat on Twitch and people seemed a little bit confused. They thought they were going to have to buy 2 different DLCs. I even kind of wasn't sure if that was the case. A little bit confusing, but you only pay $30 and you get both. Kind of I believe how they did it for Breath of the Wild. I think it was like a 1 price, 2 DLCs kind of deal. They're doing that with this as well. So that's cool. So $30, that's a pretty good price to pay. That's half the price of a full price game, and you get a whole bunch of extra content over a period of time. I think that's a pretty sweet deal. And with that, those are our 3 stories of the day. If you want to comment on any of those, please do in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But now all we have to do is write our tweet of the day, and I think I know exactly the thing we're going to say to the world. Oh. Okay, so I've gone with another retweet, even though I feel like retweets don't seem to get the reach that that standalone posts do, but that's right, we'll roll with it. I've written, in the most ambitious crossover of 2020, we have the new Tarzan movie featuring Pokemon. Let's see if anyone gets turned over that. And of course, with that, that is my daily tweet and the final daily tweet of the week. Bam. Guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me, not only today, but this week. All you people that have joined me back for my first few daily tweets of the year. Appreciate you all. Now, if you want to check out my Twitter, of course, you know the link to that is in the description below, along with the link to that tweet I just posted. Feel free to like and even retweet it if you're feeling generous. And, you know, why not also come check me out on Twitch? I live stream every day, Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. Would love to have you there. I might even be live right now. You should check it. The link's in the description below. And if you feel like making it a hat trick, go check out my Instagram. There's some photographs of myself on there. So go give that a sus. Links in the description below. Appreciate you guys very much. I will catch you next week. Everyone have a safe but fun weekend. I will catch you on the next episode of the Daily Tweet on Monday. That was a horrible outro. Anyway, I'm out of here. Bye!